PC Mortals, this is the original Titan coming to you on the Gregorian calendar Tuesday, early in the morning. I wanted to get out this real quick message to everyone. I don't have to go into what is happening in these cities. I don't have to tell you how the governments all over the world plan to have their one world rule come hook or crook. And if they have to use fear, all right, then that's exactly what they're doing. Um, Now is the time for us to be about what we said we were, which are gods and goddesses. We have to understand that we are melanin dominant and we must have the sun. Okay. Nature is on our side. All right. Now, technology may not be on our side, but nature is. Okay. That's more than enough right there. No one can fight or beat Mother Nature. They might manipulate here and there, okay? But in the end, they're not going to, succumb Mother Nature. Mother Nature on this planet has been around for billions of years, whereas mankind has only been on the planet for going on 7,000 years now, which means that it's about time for that seventh day rest, okay? Um, and those out there who understand what I'm saying, I'm not going to get into it right now, but I do want to bring the fact that the solar streams are hitting the Earth right now, the Earth's magnetic field, and that's gaseous or gaseous materials that's coming from a newly opened hole, okay, in the sun's atmosphere. Now we know that the sun's atmosphere is called a corona. Now that corona is hotter than the surface of the sun. And we found that out through the Parker's the solar Parker probe that they sent out in space. I want to say NASA sent it out in space, as well as ESA. All of them are in cahoots with each other. They work together to find out different dynamics of why is the sun going through the changes that it's going through. And they come to find out that the corona is hotter, okay, and it's moving out further and further away into the solar system, our solar system, which means that Mercury is probably even hotter. Venus is going through some changes, okay, because it's being affected by the corona, and soon we are going to be affected by the corona of the sun. I'm not talking about the virus stuff, okay, because that happens every time they put up something electrical in the space that surrounds this earth. And there's videos out there on how we are affected at a cellular level when they throw up all of these different 5G, 4G, whatever, okay, more satellites, always a reaction. How can we think that we can, not we, how can they think that they can put up all of that electrical stuff, satellites and this and that, okay, and that the biosphere of the earth won't be affected? We are a part of that biosphere, whether we realize it or not. Also, the earth's magnetic field is cracking up even more. Okay, you can find out this information on spaceweather.com. During the weeks around the equinoxes, all right, and we'll be coming up on one on the 20th. As a matter of fact, this particular week, if we want to go by the Gregorian calendar. If you don't want to go by the calendar and understand that that's happening now, it's not happening bam on that particular day. It's really happening right now. There's cracks that form in the Earth's magnetosphere, okay? And the solar winds right now is 414 kilometers per second. That's pretty vast. It's pretty fast, and it's a lot of protons coming and a lot of debris and radiation that's hitting this planet. Now, my question is this: why come on and say all of that? Because right now we are in fear mode, most of us, okay? Those who are not certain about their spirituality, they're not certain if they got it stable, all right? Because right now is the time for you to pull it out and start wearing it. It's no more playtime, no more straddling the fence. You have to know who you are and operate in that vein now, okay? Because that's going to make a big difference, a tremendous difference, okay, in how the cosmic rays is going to affect you. Either it's going to tear your cellular DNA and levels down because you're wavering in your mind, you don't know who you are, and you're all over the place in fear and trying to comply, or it's going to affect you when you do know who you are. It's going to give you a bump up so vast that you will know that you are a superhuman being, that you have the powers that you're supposed to have. Now, don't think this is just Marvel, okay? Don't think that this is just some, fantasy. Because if you think that, then that means that you really truly believe that our forefathers didn't have it going on like that. You truly believe in your heart that we are doomed. You truly believe in your heart that the star elders are just going to watch us twist in the wind. And if you feel like that, that means that your spiritual self is not yet woke. Okay? You're sleepwalking. You're a zombie. Now, there are ways to get out of the fear. Do what it takes to get your energy, your spiritual vibrations as high as possible. Now is the time. It's not going to be too many people on here like me and others that's on here. We're not going to be on here to be pumping and priming, because they are cutting out a lot of folks, a lot of real messages. Okay. YouTube, Google, all of them are one of the beast, okay? All of them. We're going to have to come to a point where we can communicate telepathically using the Earth's thinking layers called the noosphere. We're going to have to learn how to do it, okay? We have to start really tapping into our God science and leave these phones alone. Okay, because they're not going to be able to help us after a while. What if the power goes out because of the CMEs hitting the planet? CMEs stand for the coronal mass ejections that's actually coming from the sun and shooting out. If it hits this earth one time real good, it's going to knock out all the power. The U.S. won't be able to do nothing about it. China, Russia, none of them. They cannot fight Mother Nature. All right. Mother Nature is our friend. If we don't get back into nature and roll around in the grass and say and apologize to Mother Earth, because we've been going along with the okie doke and we're tearing her down. All right. Not realizing that we're really tearing ourselves down too in the process. So what is the message? Going forward, get that vibration up so that when these cosmic rays come full force. I mean, right now they just hitting. They might hit this week, they then hit again tomorrow, then they might not hit again the next month. But it's going to come a time when they're going to constantly hit, and there's nothing that anybody can do except try to lock you up in a FEMA camp, all in the name of security. Will you be in that group if you have your vibrations up? No, you won't. You will be invisible to everyone else because you will be on another plane, on another level, okay? On another dimension, all right? In another existence. Just like other people or entities in other existences can see us, but we can't see them. They see what we're going through, but, until we raise our vibrations to get into safety, and this is an individual thing too. This had nothing to do. And let me just say this, it was shameful to see so many churches that claim that they are protected and saved by Jesus, and they were all into the fear, complying. Have you ever heard of such thing? Those early Christians didn't comply. They went to the Colosseum, okay? And they fought the lions, and a lot of them succumbed. But they held on to their belief. Of course, those beliefs that they held on to, which were the actual gnosis, they weren't like the Christians as we know Christians today. They got rid of the ones that really knew the real information about that. They got rid of them. And then the Romans put in a whole nother thing called Christianity. So that's why we see Christians kowtowing, all right, to what the government says because of their little 501(c) or however that shit go. All right, they got to comply, which means that it is a world religion. It is the false religion, and I'm sorry that I have to tell you that, but it's true. Look at it. They're not worshiping because the government told them not to. End of story. So get those vibrations up, and I wish you all Godspeed. Peace.